early morning at Chester Zoo, and the head keeper of carnivores, Alan Woodward, has come to check up on a pair of VIPs. Very important pandas, named Parley and Le Chui.
Today what I'll do is put some bamboo at the base of this tree, hoping that Parley, the male, will come down. But he is quite nervous about getting too close to the female at the moment.
They're red pandas. They're no relation to the famous giant pandas, but they're from the same remote bamboo forests of China. Alan is keeping a close eye on them because 5 weeks ago they produced 2 cubs. The babies are still in the den, under the watchful eye of their fiercely protective mother, Le Chui.
Well, this morning the vets have arrived and we're going to check the red panda cubs. So it's important to give them a look over to make sure everything's going okay. So today we're going to microchip them, sex them and possibly weigh them as well. And also check their hearts.
Le Chui's last litter of cubs died. Alan wants to make sure the 2 new cubs have a better chance of survival.
This is only her second litter. The first one she had unfortunately died at 3 months with a heart defect. So that's why it's important that we check these make sure the hearts are working properly.
The keepers have been able to monitor the baby's progress thanks to cameras in the den site.
They're number 4, Alan.
Number 4.
But this is the first time Alan has had the chance to handle them.
Looking forward to doing it, but a bit sort of nervous about it as well because it's a lot going on all at once. You have to be very quick as well, as I said, to make sure they get back to the mother as soon as possible.
The team must work fast so they don't cause the mother and cubs too much distress.
OK, James. We've got the top open. Oh, God, these are good size, aren't they? They're lovely. You can take some photos of them as well. Thank you.
Resident vet James Chatterton starts by weighing them.
Yeah, 4.67 robbed up. And the second one's 4.1.
Both cubs are a healthy weight.
That's the first time we've actually seen them in the flesh. We've seen them on the monitors, and I was quite surprised really how big they were. So looking on the television screen, it's a bit deceiving, but it's nice to see them in the flesh, so to speak. They're away from their mothers for a few minutes, so they're just sort of making sure that she's still around and letting her know that they're close to her anyway.
The next step is to microchip the cubs so they can always be identified.
Yep.
Yep, perfect, that's working.
That's good.
Then James listens to their hearts.
Chest. Might be a bit difficult with you being so noisy.
Good boy.
Okay, that's fine.
Everything's
Good.
Normal. Now it's time to find out whether they're boys or girls.
A little boy.
Both youngsters are crying for their mother, and Alan is worried it could be stressing her.
You're always worried, I mean, because the mother's fretting, and because you've known them so long, you start fretting a bit. So it's an important job to do, but it's important that you get them back to the mother as soon as possible.
Okay. Looks like 2 little boys.
Okay.
James completes the medical checks so the cubs can return to Mum.
It's always nervous when you're handling little babies, you know, because you never want anything to go wrong, but especially when they're so young, you just want everything to go right first time, but that was all fine.
As you can see now, the mother's back with the cubs and she's cleaned them, getting all the nasty smells of people off them, and as I said before, everything's gone well, everything's gone really well, and she's settled back in with them and she's given them a feed now, which is good maternal behaviour.
The cubs are healthy and growing well. Alan will continue to keep a close eye on them as he looks forward to seeing them emerge from the nest box in a few weeks' time. Chester Zoo is home to nearly 50 hungry Humboldt penguins. They're the responsibility of head keeper Andy Woolham.
Humboldt penguins, these actually come from the coast of South America rather than the Antarctic. Recognised as being one of the most endangered penguins there are now.
Chester is doing its bit for the Humboldt. 10 new chicks have been born at the zoo this summer.
So this is our nursery pool where this year's young penguins are currently housed. There are different age groups here, the eldest being about 24 weeks and the youngest being around about 12 to 14 weeks. The younger ones will have to feed by hand, but as you'll see, the older ones now are feeding for themselves and soon hopefully be repatriated onto the main pool. But we find that when they fledge or they leave the nests that's on the main pool, there's so many other penguins there that they find it really difficult to compete for fish. And from experience, in previous years, we generally get a problem of them losing weight and losing condition. So we find it a lot better now to take them into the nursery pool. We teach them effectively to hunt fish themselves. And once we're happy that they're doing that, we then repatriate them onto the main island with the adult group. And they tend to kind of support each other when they go on there, and it works really well.
The youngsters have a lot to learn, but with Andy as their teacher, they'll soon develop the skills they'll need when they graduate to the main pool. The penguins' neighbours at Chester are 4 Californian sea lions. Fernandez is the male and the biggest of the group. Then there's Fergie, who at 21 is the oldest and was born at Chester.
Fergie was called Fergie because she was named around the time the Duke and Duchess of York were getting married. So she's the namesake of the Duchess of York, really. And she seems to have had a few problems, as the same as what the Duchess had.
Rio is the 3rd adult and is 8 years old. The baby of the family is Rio's daughter, 1-year-old Sophia. Alan, their head keeper, has got to know the individual sea lions well, which helps when the time comes to carry out health checks.
This morning we're going to try and weigh all the sea lions. I say try because sometimes they don't always cooperate, so we'll weigh the ones we can today. It's quite important to keep a check on the weights of the sea lions, to make sure they're not losing weight and to make sure they're not gaining too much weight. So this is just a general procedure, just to make sure everything's going okay with their diets and everything else. Fergie is used to be a bit on the plump side, but now she's actually lost quite a bit of weight and she's looking quite lean. Fernandez.
The plan is to weigh Fernandez first.
Up.
Being male, Fernandez is the heaviest of the 4 and normally tips the scales at a hefty 30 stone, around 190 kilos.
Fernandez up. Fernandez up. Come on.
Alan tries to tempt him onto the weigh scales with fish.
Up. Come on. Fernandez. Come on.
But Fernandez is having none of it.
Come on, good boy. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Come on. Fernandez. Fernandez. Come on. Up. Come on. Fernandez.
It's a battle of wits,
Good boy.
and there's only one winner.
Come on. Come on. Up. Come on. Fernandez, come on, up. Fernandez, up. Good boy.
It's all calm on Chester Zoo's Chimp Island. But specialist primate keeper Neil Ormrod is still counting the cost of a family squabble.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a bit of a scrap. Boris got a little bite, well, a couple of little bites. He got his top of his ear ripped off a little bit, which is fine. But he also got a bite on his right thumb. Now, normally when chimps get injured, the wounds don't get infected at all. But what we think's happened here, it's healed up. He's got a bit of infection. It's healed up on the outside, so he's still got the infection inside. His thumb's swelled up quite a lot, and to treat this, he's on oral antibiotic. So it's human medicine, you know, amoxicillin. You'd have it for any general infections and stuff like that. And He has 10 mils twice a day.
Injuries occur in all chimp communities, with individuals regularly competing for dominance. Boris used to be the dominant male at Chester, but at 40 years of age, he's not the chimp he used to be.
And he's a big baby when it comes to having it. Aren't you? It tastes lovely. You know, everybody wants moxicillin. If they've got a bad cold, we give them Calpol. Everybody loves Calpol. That's it. You can see it's still a bit swollen there. Chimp's thumbs, they're pretty puny and pathetic. His fingers are about twice the length of mine, his thumb's about half the size of mine. For climbing, they tend not to use the thumb as such, they just use the fingers. You can have a play with them sometimes as well. Can't we? Can't we? I've known Boris for what, near enough 36 years now. He was bought in a pet shop in New York. He was approximately 6 months old when he was bought. And for 3 years he was kept as a pet in a flat. Fortunately, the lady who had him realised that chimpanzees do not make good pets. She'd heard about Chester Zoo and sent him over here. When I started, he was only a little lad. He was mischievous, to say the least. One of his favourite tricks was swinging off the roof and drop kicking you on the back of the neck. Boris has got quite a few nicknames, but one of them's Norman, after Norman Bates in Psycho, because when he was a bit younger, he was a bit of a schizophrenic psychopath. 1 minute he's very friendly and playful, the next minute he's almost trying to kill you, so you've got to be on your toes with him, certainly. He's a big baby, really, but a dangerous big baby. You look at those teeth, you know, I know he can bite into a coconut with those, so you don't want to put your fingers in there, do you?
After many years of working with Boris, Neil enjoys contact that would be unthinkable for anyone else.
Usually when they show the teeth like that, it's a threat. But with Boris, he is laughing like that. I think it's probably because of his humanised upbringing. That's it for tonight. You can have some more tomorrow. Right.
Neil is confident that Boris will soon be fully recovered. Head keeper of Rhinos, Chaz Mackenzie, and 2 of his team are on a tricky assignment.
What we're going to try and hopefully do is weigh 3 rhinos. We do this like once a month just to monitor the weight or weight losses, weight gains. One of them is not overly happy about standing on the scale, so we might not be able to get away with her. She might go straight through, but 2 of them work really well. Get them to put the 4 legs on the scales and then hold them still for a... It only needs a couple of seconds in it, but then you get the readout. Right, we're ready to see if we can get one in then, aren't we?
First in is 8-year-old Sammy. He's easily tempted onto the scale with a treat of bread, the rhino equivalent of chocolate.
Don't be greedy. Oi. Come on, you lazy thing, come on. Is he on?
1, 3, 1, 2.
Adult black rhinos weigh between 1,000 and 1,500 kilos. That's between a ton and a ton and a half. Sammy's reached his adult weight, so shouldn't put on much more.
We've got another one wanting to come in.
Manura, come on.
We need her weight, Chaz. We haven't had her for a bit. Come on.
Next up, it's 9-year-old Manura.
Come on.
On target at 1,164 kilos.
OK, that's a good girl. That's a good girl.
Hold it.
As predicted, Kitani is uncooperative.
She's very clever. She'll just nudge a little bit, and then she'll eat the bread and back out again.
Come on.
Come on.
Come
She wants the bread, but no way she getting on those scales. While Kitani backs off, Sammy and Manyara cause a jam looking for more treats.
Got bottleneck.
Come on, man.
Enough's enough, you know, like you don't want to do it too long, so we just say that's enough today and we'll try again another day.
Come on, Sammy.
She's always the worst one out of the three. Yay, one. You know, 2 out of 3 is not too bad, is it? Be nice to get the 3 out of 3, but well, as I say, another day we'll have another bash at her, you know. Just get persevering with her. Male black rhinos are really usually quite laid back. As you noticed there, he's quite happy to have a lot of fussing and stuff like that there. Females are not quite the same. Manyara is reasonably good, she's okay. Where Kitani is just slightly off, especially if there's too many people. She doesn't like too many people about.
There's a good girl.
Like most ladies, Kitani is determined not to reveal her weight. But she has no qualms about having her head examined to get an extra portion of bread. Back at the penguin pool, it's lunchtime for 2 youngsters. Magenta and Jet are waiting to be fed by keeper Claire Rafe and head keeper Andy Woolham.
So Claire's going to catch one of the 2 younger penguins. These are about 12 weeks old. They've just been moved into the nursery area and we'll be hand feeding these. At the moment, they've been reared by their parents and they don't really recognise us as a source of food. So we have to force feed, but it only takes them a couple of days to get the idea as to we're not actually trying to do them any harm. We have to poke the fish quite a way down for them to swallow. They just spit it out. You can see that on the back of these birds, they still have their little bit of baby down, if you like. That's coming away quite nicely. And underneath is the nice waterproof proper penguin feathers. And in a couple of days, this chap will be in the pool with the other youngsters and will be feeding quite happily by himself. Hey, Junior. Working in a zoo, which has a strong focus on conservation, you come to work in the knowledge that you're making a difference. And I think that's very important. I think job satisfaction is a really important part of day-to-day life, and I certainly get mine working at Chester Zoo.
In a few days' time, Andy will have the satisfaction of seeing all this year's chicks join the adults in the main pool. Next door in the sea lion pool, keeper Laura Kelly has drawn the short straw.
Fernandez! Fernandez, come up! Fernandez!
She's got the job of persuading Fernandez to come ashore so she can give him some eye drops.
Good. Fernandez is a Californian sea lion and he's 10 years old, and we were treating him with some eye drops because he's had an infection in his eyes. So we can get him out on the block and give him some eye drops, because we don't do any tricks with our sea lions, but they're all medical trained. So we get them out every single day. So when we have to do stuff like that, there's no stress involved because they're used to it.
The eye infection is a type of conjunctivitis, a common ailment. Working with sea lions is one of Laura's favourite jobs.
I like sea lions a lot because they're really interesting to work with. They've all got their own personalities and we work quite close with them because we do the medical training, so they're a lot of fun, sea lions. Run over!
Today, Fernandez is on his best behaviour for Laura.
He's really well trained, but he can be quite stubborn. But sometimes he'll lie down and roll over straight away, so you're like, no, and you make him lie down again, and then you say stay, and then you say good, give him his fish, but he'll still stay there to be stubborn just to prove a point he won't get back up again. Sea lions are nice to work with, but you have to watch them because they can be unpredictable as well.
With the medical check over, Fernandez returns to what he does best, showing off.
really well with Fernandez. We got the eye drops in okay and his eyes are looking a lot better, so they should be clearing up in a couple of days.
Fernandez will be checked over again soon, if he feels like it.